Hello, my name is Thasapon Maniratanaporn. Today I will be presenting about waterfall chart. First of all, I will briefly explain what a waterfall chart is. Waterfall chart is a special kind of chart that illustrates how positive or negative value in the data series contribute to the total. In other words, it is an ideal way to visualize starting values, the positive and negative change made to that value, and the resulting end values. In a waterfall chart, the first column is the starting values and the last column is the end value. The floating column between them are the contributing positive or negative values. A waterfall chart shows a running total as values are added or subtracted. It is useful for understanding how an initial values, for example, net income, is affected by a series of positive and negative values. The columns are color-coded so you can quickly tell positive from negative numbers. The initial and the final volume column often start on the horizontal axis, while the intermediate value are floating columns. Because of this, waterfall charts are also called bridge chart. And next thing that many people might be curious about is what kind of data that stood the waterfall chart. Waterfall charts are popular in the corporate and financial environment because they are useful for visualization of positive and negative movements within a measured quantity or KPI, such as your monthly net profit or cash flow. And next, I will talk about data information and my waterfall chart. In this case, the data that I use to make this visualization is about monthly income in year 2020. As you can see, during the years, sale volume fluctuated with both positive and negative numbers. Then I calculate and put all data into the form of this table. And after that, I export data to a Power BI and create a waterfall chart in the visualization part. In the chart, I select the data of period and cell number to show in data waterfall chart, and then using index in order to sort the data properly. It can be clearly seen that most of the trend between the number of period is upward during the whole year. Even though there was some decline in some point, but it won't affect much on the overall. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Now I will present to you the ArcGIS map in Power BI. I will explain what ArcGIS map used in Power BI is. ArcGIS map for Power BI is a visualization that is already provided with, which means that you do not have to install any add-on. ArcGIS map for Power BI allows users to build S3 branded maps directly within Microsoft Power BI. It is a custom data visualization that brings mapping capabilities to your report and dashboard. Some of the pros of this application are geo-enable your data more accurately, display your data using smart map themes, make area-based selection, and understand the demographics of areas you are interested in. Then I will give an example in this Power BI. When you have the data you want to visualize, whether it was URL, Microsoft Excel, or etc., you can download it to Microsoft Power BI. After that, you can clean the data up a bit and check that all data you want are there and are linking to each other. When you're doing the ArcGIS map, you have to remember to add a location data to the map. Otherwise, it cannot specify the place of the values. When you then you can drag the data you want to visualize to the size box under the latitude and longitude box. In this example, I download information from the FBI website about the crime in 2019 in the United States of America. However, I decided to show the total murders in the United States of America in 2019 and divided it into states. The things that pops up is a big and small circle all over the USA. This circle represents how huge the number of murders in each state was. The big one obviously mean that the number in total murders in 2019 are high. As you can see that the most of the circle in the east side of the USA are bigger, which means that in 2019 cumulatively there are more murder happen in the east side of the country. However, if you separate it into individual states, you can see that there are two outstandingly huge circle on the middle and on the east side of the country. With these two being California and Texas. They are two of the highest in 2019 in total number of murder. After you watch this, is might help you to decide on which states are safer if you planning to travel to USA. For example, here you can see that Montana only have 20 total murders in 2019 and North Dakota have about 26. On the other hand, when you go to Georgia, there are 445. So it might help you to decide to go place around here in the United States if you want to travel to there.
Okay, now I will be explaining to you about a type of visualization that is called a line and clustered column chart, and it is also known as a combination chart or a combo chart. So first, line and clustered column chart is a visualization tool that combines a line chart and a column chart into a single visual. It makes it easier to compare two sets of measures that have different ranges, scales, or values. For example, revenue and number of quantities sold. Therefore, when two different sets of data are put up in a combo chart for comparison, the chart will have two y-axes, like the example shown here in the slide. You can see on the left side it's the quantity, and on the right it's revenue. And it is an extremely useful tool in analyzing and comparing business performance in terms of sales revenue and volume. And for this example, I will be using XYZ sales from an Excel file. So I'll first delete this and show you step by step on how I made this visualization. So first you can find the line and custom column tool here in the visualization window. So if this one is line and cluster chart, you just click it and bring it. Then you can increase the size. And for this, I will be showing the sales quantity and sales revenue of a business. So first, what you have to do is in line values are simply the data you want to show as a line or a line chart. So for this, it will be better to show the revenue generated from the line chart. So revenue can be found here. You can just click and drag to line values. Usually when businesses look at their performance, they analyze in volume and revenue. And since sales revenue will be shown here later as a line chart, so I will drag the quantity data into the column value to show the quantity as column chart. Finally, to compare two different sets of measures, there should be a shared axis for line and column charts. And here I will be using the period. First, I'll get this for the date here. And then these are split into 3 years, 1996 to 1998. And so these will show the sales volume and sales revenue that is generated in per year. And you can see that there are two y-axes here. As sales volume and revenue have different units, you can see that on the left side, it shows the units of quantity, and on the right side, it shows the unit for the revenue. And finally, the column series is used for splitting columns. And since there is a number of product categories that are sold by this business, quantity columns will be split according to the product category, And you can do this by finding the category name, which is here in the categories field. So you can just click category name and drag it to the column series. And then here you can see that the columns are now split into category. So line and cluster column chart is a powerful tool in summarizing the business sales at the end of a period. And this example shows the summarization of sales revenue and volume per year of the business. From this, it is easy to see that the business performance in 1997 was the best when compared to 1996 and 1998.
Today, I'm going to present about Power BI tree maps. Microsoft Power BI tree map show various label information as an arrangement of several square shapes. Each label of picking order is spoken to by a shaded square shape containing different square shapes. The space inside every square shape is distributed in light of quantitative estimate being estimated, with the square shapes in a measure from upper left to best right. From here to here, from the biggest to the littlest. And for instance, in my case, I'm showing the popularity of music on Spotify, both in Thailand and globally. The duration of time was October 2017 to March 2018. And we could see here, when you insert your data from Excel or different resources, and you click on trip map, this one is a backing function. From it, you click on list. And for me, I put the artist in the group 1, and I put the track name on the detail, and the values, I put the streams, and we could see the data. The most popular song is from Logic, and the track name was a random number, and Cardi B was the second popular singer on the Spotify globally. And I also have a Thai data. Oh, basically I put a then like a then what is basically I put almost a stand, and we could see for the Thai ranking is a little bit different from global. We can see the most popular singer is Alan Walker, and the most popular track is All Fall Down. Power BI treatment are an incredible chart to show many different data. For example, to show a lot of various level information, or at a point when the bar outline can successfully deal with a substantial number of qualities. Also to demonstrate an example of conveyance of the measure over each label of classification in the chain of importance, or to spoticize anomalies, most imperative pattern, and special cases. And also we can see here is the data by every month. Here we can show everyone to contribute the data. Ooh. Thank you.
The key inferencer is Power BI first visualizer that uses AI to compute the inferencer of each vectors on a forecast topic. This tool will allow you to see the pattern of data as well as details on the data. This model is perfect for analyzing categorical dataset because when data is divided into categories, it will illustrate easier. The basic example of type data set would be customer rating. This type of data set have a main factor that can analyze using the small factor. For example, customer dissatisfied with restaurant, so it use the factors such as like taste, quality, or like price to analyze the reason behind customer response. So first I will introduce you to the data set that I picked. So the data set that is presented in this case is how lockdown from the pandemic affect person in many different ways, such as like relationship with family or health issues, and there's like a lot of more column that show about like time spent on self-study, fitness, or something like that. So we'll use this in Power BI. The first step is you have to load your data set into the Power BI, which I already did here. And yeah, we open the key influencers. And for the key influencer, it have three things: is analyze, and the analyze is like what kind of data you want to analyze and want to know about it. For example, if you do a restaurant, you might want to know why your rating is very low, or what is the factor that make your rating is very high. But in this case, I will pick like the health issues. Like I want to know like what influence that make our health issue is so bad during lockdown here. Yeah. So the next thing is explained by, and this one is like we have to drag the factors, like so we can know which one is the key influencer. So the first one I will pick the change in the body type, the weight. So you can see here like it influence for 2.1 times. So yeah, it's mean that the decrease in weight leads to more like health problem. So the next one I will pick like age. So now you can see that age become like key influencer, which is like the age have more impacts on like health issues. And so in this case, it's like the middle from like 18 to 34 have more health issues. I will drag two couple more. So maybe time spent on the fitness. Yeah, and you can see it here that it's not really matter, so it become the third influencer, which is like less exercise lead to like health factor. Yeah, but like it lead to health factor, but it's not as like main factor as the first one. So this is basically how the key influencer work, and I think it would be very easy and very convenient to show your data and understand more of the survey for the customer. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Today we will present you with the tornado chart on Power BI. First of all, I will briefly explain what a tornado chart is. Tornado chart are a special type of bar chart where the data category are listed vertically instead of the standard horizontal presentation. And the categories are ordered so that the largest bar appeared at the top of the chart, and second largest appeared second from the top, and so on. Next, I will talk about what kind of data that suit the tornado chart. A tornado chart is a special type of bar chart, often used to represent two data series side by side, such as comparing male versus female, displaying positive or negative opinions, presenting election results such as Republican versus Democrat. In general, you may use it as an alternative to a regular bar chart or a stack bar chart. Whenever you are presenting two or more opposing data sets. Then I will talk about the data information that we use to create this data visualization. It is a comparison of financial data between two bubble tea cafe, Ochaya and Fresh Me. It is a comparison we divide the data into 7 categories, including gross profit in 2019, average monthly income in 2019, average delivery sale in a month, average in-store sale in a month, initial investment budget, number of franchise they have, and the original bubble tea price per cup from both store.
We compare
Next.
both stores in order to demonstrate how different it is in terms of financial analysis. After we separate the data into a table in the Excel, we move the data and export it into the Power BI. And then we create a tornado chart in the visualization part, and we select all the data on it. As you can see, like the numbers of franchise of Oshaya is significantly more than FreshMe. And it can be clearly seen that the average monthly income of Oshaya is also dramatically huge in comparison with FreshMe. However, even though the number of both revenue and number of sales that Oshaya made is a lot higher than FreshMe, but after we calculated, surprisingly, the total gross profit that FreshMe earned is a lot bigger than Oshaya. This illustrates that even if you are a smaller company, but if you can manage your finance well, you can make more profit. On the other hand, even though Oshaya has more than 300 franchises and the average monthly income was over 15 million baht, it is not guaranteed that you are going to earn a lot of profit. Thank you.
The animated bar race chart presents a typical bar chart but offers the capability of animating the bars through periods such as time or data. The bars resize and relocate for each period. The user can pause the animation at any point and can then restart the animation or browse to the next or previous periods, and the values are shown at the end of each bar.
The animated bar rates chart is a useful tool when you want to show a lot of data for comparison into one visual. For example, number of population, GDP, or number of COVID-19 cases per country, YouTube view counts per song or artist, number of cars sold per company, and so on. And period is important for this chart as it is what makes the bar chart move. The period could be time or date, such as years, months, or days. In our chart, we show the population of different countries per year from 1960 to 2017. So first, you will have to get data from other outside sources. And for this animated chart, we got our data from an Excel workbook. This imported file has three data, number of population, country, and year. And then you will have to import animated bar chart from Get More Visuals. And it can be found from Get More Visuals, and you can just search animated bar race chart, and you can click and get the data and import it into your Power BI.
Yeah. So after you already get the data to your Power BI, you just have to, it will show you like three different numbers that you need to put it in. So the first one is period, and the second one is item, and the last one is value. So the period could be in year or in day or in month, but it have to be one because it will order in hierarchy order. So first, we will put the period of time in the first box. As I say that it could be anything, but the thing is we should remember to put it as like don't summarize in order to you can look at the number in the right corner here. So if it's summarized, it would be like the sum number of everything. So don't put the summarize. So the next is chart item. So this is a category that you want to compare. For example, region or country or like company, or even like if you want to compare music video together, it could be the thing that you want to compare. And the last one is the number, which is like in here, we want to survey the number of population in each country. And again, make sure that you put don't summarize button here. So, but if you want to calculate the cumulative number, you can also use sum. Yeah. And more, you can like do anything with the chart. For example, the time duration. If you want it to be slower, you can click on the tick duration and change the number. So maybe I'll put like 1000 here. And you can see like it will go slower than before. If you want way slower, you can put more. And other thing like the font size or the text color, it all could be like changed in here. And the thing that you have to change is like the X label here because we want to observe the population, so you can say the number of population. Yeah, and this is all for the data bar chart. Thank you.